Good evening and welcome to West Talk. Today is Tuesday, May the 23rd. Hope you guys all had a great May 2-4 weekend. Got to spend some time with your family and your cabins and your campers and all that good stuff. I had a great weekend. We went to Norris Point, checked out Trails, Tales, and Tunes, an awesome festival on the go last weekend and this weekend coming up. So get up to Grossmore. Now things are starting to happen. Another little note, because I haven't got to talk to you viewers now in a few weeks. In the past, as you knew, I also, in my day job, was working as a manager at Marble Mountain, and recently announced that I have stepped back from that management position to pursue my career in real estate. But a lot of you have asked what that'll mean for events and things that we talk about here on the show a lot at Marble. And the good news, I'm happy to say, is it's not going to impact that, because I am going to be staying on at a capacity, managing their events and producing more great concerts in through this year. So you can all stay tuned for all of that fun stuff. And I want to say thanks to our producer, Gian, who got me this lovely little there's not many of these, by the way. Like, I've worked at Marble for 2 years. This is only the second one I've seen. This nice little memento of my time at the Hill. So thanks, Gian, for that. All right, so now, just like all the other West Talks this season, we're going to introduce you to a book. I've got a 3.5-year-old at home, so Gian loves getting me to introduce these children's books. And today we have Papa and His Drum, a heartwarming story of truth and reconciliation. After moving from an all-French indigenous community to the English community of St. George's, Newfoundland, when he was a little boy, Papa's life as a young man was very sad. He was treated badly by his school teachers and some of the other children in the town. Years later, when his grandson wants to bring him to school to play his drum for the class, Papa is nervous but goes anyway. He is relieved to see he is welcomed and even encouraged to share his knowledge of the traditions and customs of his Mi'kmaq culture. Thankfully, times have changed from Papa's generation, and he is pleased to have reconciled with the bad experiences he had when he went to school. Indeed, there is strength and wisdom in reconciliation. An awesome children's book about truth and reconciliation, a really important topic for all of us Canadians. So check it out at a fine book retailer near you in Newfoundland. All right, into our episode, guys. Today we've got a fun one for you. We're going to be meeting two of my friends who are making waves in the music biz here in Newfoundland and abroad. We're going to be introducing you to Jamie Stone and Mark Manning. And first, actually, right here, sitting right next to me now, is my good friend, Jamie Stone. Jamie, thanks for coming down to the studio today.
No problem, Dustin.
Now, it's not your first time here. You came and did like the Dusty's Christmas extravaganza with us over the holidays.
Yes, sir.
Played a tune with Colin Mahoney and Casey, which was awesome. But I thought it would be good to get you into the studio to actually like chat and let people get to know you a little bit.
Cool.
Because certainly people have been seeing you all around now. Through your promotions of like your solo performances and stuff like that. So, and for those viewers at home, Jamie and I met many years ago. We actually played in a band together called Audio Addiction.
Yes, sir.
And had great times. And now Jamie's pursuing music on his own. And how's that going, buddy?
It's going good. It's been busy, mostly booked for the summer, so.
Yeah.
Keeping busy, as you know yourself.
Yeah.
Me and you are doing shows.
Yeah.
Right now, so yeah, it's fun.
So you also obviously have a family. You've got 2 kids at home. You've got a full-time job with a demanding schedule. And recently you've just been the recipient of a Music NL grant.
Yes.
That's going to allow you to sort of like actually focus and take a professional step now, a dive into music. So what can you sort of say about that? I know it's a broad topic, but I'm just trying to paint a picture of, this is how it has to be for musicians a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
You can't just quit your job and, start writing songs.
Well, it's a busy schedule. I first seen about the grant online through Music NL. So I applied the first time and I didn't get it. Understandable. Didn't know how to write a grant. So, I took a bit of time to learn. I applied for it a second time and I received it. And so I'm currently working on getting a couple tunes. The plan is a couple tunes for now, release as an EP. Yeah. Get a couple tunes out there of my own.
So you get granted money through Music NL to go do a recording project.
Yes. Well, yeah, like that's the plan.
That's the spirit of it, yeah.
Like you lay out a plan to Music NL. you know, you got to budget your money and you got to tell them what you're doing with the money.
Yeah.
And then based on that and other factors like social media and other things, how active you are,
Yeah.
then they take all that in consideration and then they decide if you get accepted.
Yeah, and it's obviously highly competitive. I mean, there's a lot of people in Newfoundland, a lot of great musicians, performers who are all vying, you know, into the same pools of money. Seems to get shared around year to year. So then, like, obviously you've been writing songs for a long time now and like working on these songs, I don't want to say in the shadows, but like when you're gigging and stuff, like a lot of the performances, because of the places you're playing, you're not always getting to play your own tunes.
Yes.
But you've had, you know, lots of showcases now, the Rotary Arts Center show where you played all, you know, debuted your original work. So now you've got this opportunity, you get this bit of sweet cash from Music NL, and I know you want to like make the most of it. So how do you decide then like how you're going to go about, how you're going to find a producer, how you're going to get these songs, or what songs you're going to select? How have you found that part of the process?
Yeah, that's been the trickiest part, is finding someone that can work within the budget that you have.
Yeah.
You know, so you receive an allotted budget from Music NL. This year it was reduced for all artists so that they could fund more applications, which is great to see. That's how highly competitive it is, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So it's finding someone that will work within that budget and give you something of the best quality for what you have to work with.
Yeah.
So I managed to find that.
Yeah.
And,
so who are you going to be working on this project with now? Can you say? Or?
Well, I teamed up with Phil and Jerry from the Once.
Awesome.
And that's what we're going to do, along with a couple of my buddies, Scott Shepard, Noah Hamilton, and Greg O'Brien.
Legends.
Yeah, they are.
So a lot of people might not know that Phil and Jerry have this recording operation on the go, right? So
Yes.
So they have a studio here in town, or?
They do.
Yeah.
They have a studio here in town. They keep it kind of to themselves, and they want to work with who they want to work with.
Right on.
It's very selective.
Interesting, yeah. Well, it makes sense for them to work with artists who are in this Music NL pipeline as well. They've been really active and prominent in the Music NL situation. So what's the timeline now of this project? Like, when do you expect that people might be able to hear sort of the completed tracks and stuff?
Well, I received the grant in February, and we have 12 months to get this done. It should be easily accomplished in 12 months. So the plan is now, once the busy stretch gets done, I'm going to hopefully in the middle of the summer start recording officially.
You say busy stretch, you mean like, you know, life and kids and camping and summers and gigs and all that,
So, but I am hoping to get in within the summer and get that done and have a release date. Well, we'll see once upon, you know, the recording.
So then what do you want to do with it? So then you'll have these tracks professionally done, and I guess then it's executing the other part of your plan, which is like the marketing of it and promotion of the songs and I guess shows. Yeah,
so the plan is to maybe have a release event of these two EPs.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll push it on social media. I'll have it well timed so that it'll get to the most ears that I can get within the budget that I have. You know?
Yeah, just try to make the max impact.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm also playing these tunes while I'm gigging around.
Yeah.
You know.
And are there any opportunities now in this summer coming up where people in Western Newfoundland might be able to see you play? Anything that you can mention now?
Well, yeah, I'm playing at the Saltbox in June.
Oh, wicked.
I'm playing at least once, I think, for the next 3 months at the Hue and Drive, or Boomstick, in the tap room.
Like once a month for the next 2
months? Yeah, I think maybe starting in July.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe. Yeah, so, you know, it's a busy summer. I got a lot of bookings, a lot of camping, a lot of time with the kids.
Deadly.
But yeah, you'll definitely be able to see me around.
I love that. Yeah, we went camping last summer at Blue Canoe out there by Springdale, and there you were on the stage giving her, right? So you never know where you're going to see Jamie pop up.
You never know.
Jamie, listen, we could go on for another like 20 minutes here, and I'd love to, just like we did the other night at my house. But I think it would be cool to take these couple last seconds, if you wouldn't mind, maybe debuting, giving us a little sneak peek of something that's going to be you're working on, maybe one of these tracks that you might be recording.
Yeah, no problem.
Or whatever one you want to play for us. But I think we had you play a Christmas song. Now we'd love to hear one of your songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You down for that?
Yeah, I think I'll play my tune named Daisy Chain.
I love that one.
Cool.
All right, man, we're going to jump into it. We're going to take a break, but I want to thank you for coming down here today and your busy schedule. And yeah, good luck with everything you're doing, man. You know we love you. And when these songs are ready, you're going to have to come back again.
Yes, man. Thank you.
Deadly, thanks. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to let you listen to Jamie's new tune in development. Stay tuned.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Took me by a notice surprise, floating on butterflies, suited in a perfect disguise. Anyway, that's besides, spinning around, slamming the door. No matter what you've done, I said before. Relishing the pleasure and pain, too much to explain. Round and round and over again, jumping my daisy chain, spinning around, slamming the door. No matter what you've done, I said before. I don't know why it's taking us so long to say goodbye. Look me dead in the eye. Are you actually surprised? I don't know why it's taking us so long to say goodbye. Look me dead in the eye. Are you actually surprised? Don't go looking around among the lost and found. Sometimes I'm perfectly sound, then I come unwound, spinning around, slamming the door. No matter what you've done, I said before. I don't know why it's taking us so long to say goodbye. Look me dead in the eye. Are you actually surprised? I don't know why it's taking us so long to say goodbye. Look me dead in the eye. Are you actually surprised?
All right, and we're back. And as I said, now we've got a double header with musical guests this week that we get to chat with and introduce you to on West Talk. And also joining us now today is my friend Mark Manning, who's originally from St. Bride's, Cape Shore area, now living in town. And Mark is the frontman of a band called Rum Ragged, which I believe released their debut album in 2016 and have made absolute waves in Newfoundland and the Canadian folk music scene since then. Multiple Juno Award nominations and Canadian folk music nominations, I think like 10 Music NL awards, and an amazing repertoire of music, which I believe consists of over 4 albums right now, and with another album on the heels. These guys have been flat out on the other side of COVID, getting back out there and continuing and rebuilding the momentum, I guess, that they were experiencing just before the world sort of shut down. So very happy to have in studio and to introduce all my West Talk friends to Mr. Mark Manning of Rum Ragged. How are you now?
Best kind. Thanks so much for having me, man.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure, and it's really happy to run into you up in Norris Point this weekend. You're up playing Trails and Tales.
Always nice to be in Norris Point.
Yeah.
Always nice to be in Bombay.
Have you played that festival before?
That would be, we played it with the band twice.
Yeah.
Once before COVID times, and actually last year as well.
Yeah.
And the first time we were down there, I think it was the year it snowed and the power went and stuff, but it was still made for a good festival.
It's always a dice roll on May 24 weekend, right? If it's going to snow or not.
I'd rather be in Bombay in a lovely accommodation than out in the field in a tent when it happens. So
Yeah, man.
It's better.
There's something about that festival too, hey? It's like
Magic. As soon as you're pulling over the hill there, but the area itself, the people, it's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, it's cool to just see, you know, like yourself and many other musicians just sort of dawdling around Norris Point with a guitar on their back, and, you know. So it's really cool to see. And of course, you know, everyone who went up was lucky to be able to hear your set there.
Oh, thank you.
And it was only just from actually being up and hearing that set that I heard you mention that you guys had a new album underway and, you know, in the works for this year sometime.
Yep, we've been working on it over the last 12 months or so, and it's going to come out this fall. We have a single out already from it there. It's a tune called Lazy Afternoon. We're working on some more singles throughout the summer, doing some video recording and all that stuff that prepares getting the album out. We've been so used to, in the past, finish our recording, get it printed, put it out, start working on the next one. Never really thought too much about how to deliver it to people other than just giving the package. But working with Laughing Heart Music from here and on the West Coast over the last few years, Nigel has convinced us to you know, be a bit more thoughtful on how we approach releasing the music, and it's really working. It's cool.
So just planning things out, being more methodical,
Exactly.
you know, when it comes time to drop that stuff to make sure it's complete and you got your best chance to sort of run with it.
And to have another, you know, set of eyes and ears on things too with Nigel has been great, because after, like I said, we'd finished the recordings of the previous albums and that seemed like project done. All right, let's get out and play it, get it out there and start working on the next one.
Right.
And it's been nice to be able to sit back and listen to the stuff and be like, okay, well, we're actually happy with this, and not like, you know, realize a year down the road, okay, we're happy with this.
Yeah.
It's nice to know before it all gets out there. You know?
Yeah, and I saw that video actually that you guys released for Lazy Afternoon.
Yes.
I think shot by Tom Cochran.
It was, yeah.
Who's awesome. Tom and I graduated high school together, actually.
Cool, right on.
And he always does amazing work. I love his like sort of one-take style that he puts on those videos.
It's Tom's been, you know, we've done a couple of videos with Tom now, and he's there's like anything in any kind of industry, I find, especially with the music entertainment type of industry, you find somebody who's talented at what they do because they care. And Tom just really wants to make a good job and an effort for everybody that's there. And it's always a pleasure to work with Tom,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, and that was a great video, a great tune.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, as much as I love that video, I just got to get it in there that it's not my favorite Rum Ragged video.
No.
My favorite Rum Ragged video is definitely Ladies Man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And it was so funny. Of course, we were at the ECMAs there the other week and bumped into Mike Lynch, who was happy to remind me that he won Director of the Year for that guy, right? So I don't know if quickly you can talk about that. And for those at home, they have an incredible song called Ladies Man. The music video was, I believe, directed by, and probably created by Mike Lynch, who won the award for it, and it's absolutely hysterical.
So we called him up, myself and Aaron were on a trip to somewhere to play. And I remember we were in the Halifax airport hotel there, and we had the idea on the trip up, because we were sitting next to each other, be like, be cool to have the Ladies Man as Cecil O'Brien, and it'd be funny kind of thing. So we landed and got situated, and I called up Mike, who I'd met down around and done some things with, and he said, I'll call you back in a bit there now. And he's like, I think I should be like the 6 ladies in the video instead of the Ladies Man. So Justin Hacko there with the Outhouse fellas, he became the Ladies Man, and it was, we shot it over
became the ladies.
Mike became the ladies. I shot it over a couple of months, and we had Terry Ryan in there, and there was a couple of different cameos from some other, Vicky Mullally was in. And,
always the who's who of the Newfoundland scene in that video.
It was a fun one. We done it over a span of a few months just to get everybody in and around, and of course Mike being busy with what he's doing and being uber successful in everything he's doing. But we're talking about possibly doing something with the new album with Mike
love
again.
that.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun to work with Mike. It doesn't seem like work ever. It's just laughs. Right?
He's hilarious. He's like disgustingly creative, and the stuff he just pulls out, man. Yeah, it's fun. We when we're at ECMA, it's just myself and Mike and Brent were walking around putting up posters, right? And just the way he sees things of like, oh, we need to go to this, we need to go get a picture taken with that cow over there.
Yeah,
it's great, right? So, no, that's really cool. That's exciting. So please keep me posted on that.
Certainly.
Yeah, and now you were just mentioning coming in here that you're kind of looking forward to getting home for first time in a while, I guess, because you guys have been just like beating the road.
We have left with the whole band on I believe it was the 20th. We went to Labrador of April, and then we came home. We got 2 days in town before leaving to come out. We started the Arts and Culture Centre tour at the end of the month, done Grand Falls and Corner Brook and Stephenville. So that was through the end of April there. We made our way over on the Marine Atlantic, where I first seen you there, because we were making our way to ECMAs, and we had a great weekend at ECMAs and done some showcasing. Then we made our way over to Digby and Lunenburg. And then when we got back, the lads had brought out another car because they had some stuff back in town. I kind of realized I had a little bit of time off, and I had the lovely people at Trails, Tales and Tunes fit me into the schedule, and I was able to spend a weekend there. And now I got a few days. I guess I don't got to be back in town till the 5th of June, but I was planning on going back earlier, but I don't think I'm going back.
You gotta stay over here, buddy.
On the beautiful West Coast. I mean,
it is beautiful, dude.
I love the East too, and I think they're equally great. But I don't get enough of a taste of the West Coast. So
listen, people on the East Coast feel the same way. You know, there's a lot of amazing stuff out there, but I mean, it's just. Especially even during this festival, and you're out in Norris Point, you still feel like you're in your own little part of the planet, unbothered, you know. So hopefully you can find some time to convalesce over here for a few days before you get chewed up on the road again soon.
Yeah, so we headed back out. Now I'm home on the 5th for some just family things, and there's a wedding and some odds and ends. But on the 14th of June, we head to, it starts in Booth Bay, so it's the first leg of an American tour that we're going to continue in October, and then we're doing a bunch of shows down there in New York City. That'll be interesting driving. Yeah, I've never driven in New York City before, so we'll see what that's all about. Good luck. I'll need it, yeah. There's no traffic lights in my hometown. So this will be fun.
I'd go for the Ubers.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably have to park it outside of town and get an Uber, but no, we're really looking forward to it. It's interesting how Newfoundland Labrador music gets received in a place like that, because there is strong Irish, Scottish, English connection down there as well, that they see some similarities in the music being Celtic. But the thing I guess we try to do with the band is there's definitely influence from Irish, Scottish, English, French sounds and traditions, but it's very much based on the Newfoundland and Labrador side of tradition, since it started to take on its own, and people are starting to really get into it and starting to learn about where we are in the world. And you guys, I guess, just kind of become ambassadors, you know, of the province. And I'm glad you said what you just said, because when I was listening to the tunes there last week, I had that thought, you know, it's not Irish, it's a Newfoundland, like it's proper sort of Newfoundland trad, essentially, with a very contemporary twist, and you know, like such a tight sound. So, thank you.
So it is really, it really stands on its own in that way.
Thank you very much.
So it's cool to see that you guys often do get sort of selected for these opportunities to be the voice of the province when there's an opening for a band.
Yeah, we've been lucky, and we definitely we kind of started the band, I guess, 2013. Myself and Aaron, we had different members over the years, and we first recorded in 2016 and released, as you mentioned. And it's kind of been nonstop ever since. We've, of course, there was a couple of stops there for a couple of years, but we were lucky in that too, in the way the arts and culture centres here and around the province were able to get us out. The first October of COVID, we were back out and doing, you know, half houses, and you only do one set, no break in the middle and stuff. But there was a point, I remember Colin, our fiddle player, had mentioned on the drive up, he's like, "Buzz, I'm pretty sure we're the only band touring in North America right now." And when we kind of looked into it, we were. It was, and because of Newfoundland seclusion at the time and how things were handled by Dr. Fitzgerald and tons of amazing frontline workers, we were lucky to be able to get out and do what we did and keep playing.
Yeah, it's lucky. And leave it to the Newfoundlanders to be like, all right, doors open, we're gone. you know.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So, yeah, man, thanks and great job for that. Listen, Mark, I really love getting to talk to you here now, but I also can't resist the opportunity to leave time to get you to play a song for us.
Oh, I'd love to, yeah.
You know, we only get these tight TV constraints, not like YouTube, you can do whatever you want. So do you mind maybe giving the viewers at home a little taste of something coming up on the new album?
Absolutely. Of course, I don't got the rest of the lads with me, but I'll try a hand at something on my own there. Like we mentioned, that video for a song called Lazy Afternoon. I'll probably have a go at Lazy Afternoon on my own there, see how it goes.
I love it, man. Well, let's go jump to it, and I just want to thank you again for taking the time out of your little unexpected holiday to come out and talk to me, man. And,
It's always time for work.
Yeah, and before we go, are there any other, do you know if you're going to have a Western Newfoundland date at all in the next,
Nothing
will you
on the
be
books.
looking for one maybe?
Definitely looking for one. Nothing on the books at the moment. I know we're doing a bit around the island in August, where when we get back from the States at the end of June, we head out. We're doing the Newfoundland Labrador Folk Festival in St. John's. That's our first time to play St. John's since George Street Festival last year.
Wow.
So it's we're really looking forward to that one, getting back in there. But then we're going to the other West Coast that we know. We're going to BC for a weekend, and then we're back in Nova Scotia. So on the way back from Nova Scotia, Stan Rogers Folk Festival over there.
Huge.
Maybe we can hopefully find something here on the West Coast.
I love it, man. Well, folks, you can basically find Rum Ragged anywhere across Canada this summer. Maybe not in Western Newfoundland, but anywhere else you go, and you can be sure that they will be back to play here soon. But
certainly.
Yeah, so thanks a lot, Mark.
No, thank you very much.
We're going to jump right into it. Here's Mark Manning playing a Rum Ragged tune for all of you guys, and thanks for watching West Talk.
It's a lazy afternoon, I'd love to hear a lonesome tune come lifting and drifting by my ear. To make sure the blues that May had gathered round get blown away, like the nasty shadows disappear. It's okay if you will stick around. You made my day the day you came to town. Sing a song for the dusty road. I've been a trifle overloaded, carrying a bit more than I need. Settle down in a big armchair, the fire's blazing, sitting lazily. And it's okay if you will stick around. You made my day the day you came to town. Sweet Belinda walks on by. She nods her head, she winks an eye as if to...
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
Sometimes, for a wish to come true, it takes a kingdom, because together we're stronger. Tied tight, united we stand, in honor of one child's wish, to fuel the fire that will grant many more. Join the kingdom.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.